Hi, and thanks for joining us for the webinar, Transforming Hands-on Learning with AI Tools. Due to some technical difficulty, we have re-recorded the session to ensure all information shared is easily accessible. So let's review the agenda of what we're going to be talking about. First, we're going to learn a little bit about the sponsoring organization, as well as Twin Science. We're going to be learning about how they've addressed both teaching students about the foundations of AI, as well as developing tools to address teachers' daily challenges of finding quality resources and creating curriculum in an easy way. We're also going to explore how they've built in teacher learning opportunities in an easy and accessible way so that teachers continue to learn about the latest trends and tools for AI and how it can help benefit their classroom. So first, a little bit about Pittsco Education. Pittsco Education is a leader in future-ready learning, fundamentally rooted in STEM. For more than 50 years, we've offered a comprehensive range of scalable, hands-on resources and curriculum. We help educators create learning environments that address all learning styles and help all students find success while solving problems, being creative, and articulating ideas and thinking with their hands. And now a little bit about Twin Science. Twin Science is an award-winning edtech company whose focus is on helping children develop future-proof STEM skills for emerging green jobs by offering STEM education for sustainability that bridges the gap between science and heart, preparing children for a better future. Twin's journey started with an NGO as a social responsibility project with a mission and purpose to inspire and spread quality education. The co-founders were volunteer and driven by a passion for STEM education, where they delivered workshops to over 20,000 students in underprivileged communities in Turkey. Through that experience and to continue their passion, Twin was born. Their values are believing that science is not only a matter of the brain, but also a matter of the heart. Along with receiving a STEM education, children also need to exercise their conscience and, most importantly, consider the collective well-being of society. Their mission is to develop innovative technology with a sustainability-based curriculum and inspire students, support schools, and empower educators to use their skills for global betterment, ensuring a future where science and conscience go hand in hand. And their vision is to nurture a generation of problem solvers who not only excel in science and technology, but also possess the compassionate and curiosity to use their skills for development of a sustainable future and a collective well-being of the planet and society. What makes up a twin experience? So there are three solutions that make up the twin portfolio. One is the physical hands-on kits that allow students to build their projects and explore in a hands-on innovative way. The second is the educator portal, which contains the curriculum and lessons that have been developed to support and align with the kits, as well as the AI tool that we'll explore here in a little bit that teachers can use for content creation, assessment, and student monitoring. The third is the student learning portal, and this is a platform that allows students to engage with the curriculum that the teacher has assigned, as well as code their projects and bring them to life. So the Twin Science assortment can be broken out into two categories. One are kits that support more of the makerspace, the after-school club, and summer camp. So those are going to be kits like the robotic art, the curiosity, the aerospace, and the coding kits. Several of these kits come with craft materials that students will use and combine with electronic components to bring them to life. All of the lessons have been aligned and are really designed more for that out-of-school experience. The STEM for Sustainability kit and the Coding and Robotics kit are more for that supplemental in-class experience, aligned to NGSS, Common Core, and computer science standards where applicable. The grade ranges that the curriculum that's been designed for these kits range from grades 3 to 6. And depending on the kit that you're using, you can see we've color coded it here kind of to break out, the kit to student ratio. So for most of the kits, it's going to be that 1 kit to 2 student ratio. So we're really fostering that collaboration. For the robotics and coding kit, it is a bigger kit, so it can support more students working together. So today we're going to explore how the different features and functions that Twin has developed to first teach students, provide lessons and content in those interactive hands-on experiences where students start to learn the foundation and what the technology is behind the AI. The other area we're going to explore of how Twin is addressing leveraging AI in education is to explore the different features that they've built into the teacher platform to help address some of the most time-consuming tasks for teachers, like finding quality resources, coming up with fun and engaging assessments, helping with lesson planning, and then being able to monitor student progress. So some of the tools that have been built in that we're going to explore in the teacher platform is generating puzzles and using generative AI to create lesson plans, create different challenges. So this could be based off of just craft materials that you have in your classroom or resources that you have in your classroom, or actually wanting to create lessons or challenge or discussion topics based off of the twin kits that you have in your classroom. We're also going to explore how they've used a ChatGPT engine to create an AI assistant where you can type in different types of prompt engineering, different types of prompts to develop additional content and classroom management tools. And lastly, we're going to explore the different on-demand webinars that Twin has embedded that will enable teachers to, one, kind of learn how to simplify AI and how to utilize AI to simplify our daily tasks. Also to learn about prompt engineering and how we go about creating prompts in AIs to help best generate the content that we're looking for. And with that, I am going to jump into the platform so we can start seeing the different AI tools and AI learning that is that Twin has developed. Okay, so once we navigate to the web platform, click Educator. And once you have an account created, you'll be taken into the Educator platform. And so just a little bit about how we navigate. So if we create a class, let's say we want to add students, we can just add click add. So you'll see there's no identifiable student information that's needed to build a classroom. And now we have our students enrolled. We have their nicknames, so they can use this to log in, and then their password. You have the Twin Library, which is going to be where you will access the content and curriculum for the kits that you have that have been purchased or that you have in your classroom. So let's click on the coding and robotics kit, the robotics and coding kit. So talked a little bit about, when we're addressing the AI tools and the AI learning that Twin has built. So the lessons that they've designed that allow students to experience and start to learn about some of those foundational technologies behind AI. So an example of that would be what is machine learning. So this would be a lesson that a teacher could assign to the students to start teaching them and introducing different technologies that go into developing AIs. And so if this is the lesson or the activity that the teacher would want, they would click assign, and they would click which students they want to assign it to. So what's provided for the teachers in helping to teach these different concepts is an introduction. So it'll give an overview of any videos that are happening during this lesson, the challenges that the students, so the kind of the projects, and then a forum discussion. So this can be an out of school activity. So let's explore now. So you see the video. So video, what is machine learning? So that has been assigned to the students. So when they log into their account, they'll go down to their assignments and you'll tell them kind of, look for this video. This is where we start. And then the challenges. And then you'll see the activities for home. So this would be a discussion. So that you can have them discuss or pose this question and have a discussion with a friend, a family member, or someone else at school, and then be prepared to come back and discuss it at home. So this is the format that it takes when we talk about what it would look like from the twin experience, using the different kits of learning about AI and teaching students about the technologies that go into developing AI. And now let's explore some of the tools that they've built, that Twin has built in to help with teacher lesson planning and teacher efficiencies in the classroom. So on the other slide, or one of the slides, we talked about some of the tools. So now let's actually explore what that looks like. So a puzzle generator, and you can see that they have some prompts, some ideas for prompts that are already there that can kind of get teachers going or be there and available to kind of get an idea of what would be a prompt to use to generate a puzzle. So we could put create a puzzle on solar energy for fourth grade. And hit submit, and the generative AI tool will take the prompt and then create a puzzle that then we can assign and share with the students, focusing on solar energy that is applicable for fourth grade. So we'll give it just a second. And so now we have the puzzle that we can save and we can assign. So if we go down here and start, finish the puzzle in time, they click through. So now they have to go through and put the puzzle together to match the image. And then once they complete it, they would submit it, and that would go into the grade, and that would show up in the from the teacher portal of this assignment's been done and this student has finished it. Let's go back to the content generator so we can do very similar things with lesson planning. So we can say create a 45-minute lesson on wind energy, and then we can come over here and create, we say we want it for fourth grade and generate. So the generative AI using the prompt will create a lesson plan and we'll review it. So again, we can assign it to students. So it'll provide an overview, some guiding tips, a real life story, and then activities. So it created a discussion prompt, a challenge, and then a quiz, so the assessment. So discussion, something they can do at home, come back, be ready to discuss for the next day. A challenge, so this would be a supplement to a lesson or an activity that you would incorporate as part of your introduction to wind energy. So let's go back and see more specific. So we could type something like create a lesson on wind energy that includes a hands-on project and videos for fourth grade. And we can compare and contrast the different prompts and the way that the lesson planner, so we know the more specific and the more context using that generative AI gets, the more in-depth and the more comprehensive the lesson creation will be. So now we can see we still have let's begin. We have the real life guide, the real life story. We have the activity, the discussion, the challenge, and the wind turbine. We have our learning objectives, the materials list. So this would be for the project. So now it's created a materials list and then the steps to build the project to help guide the students. The curriculum alignment, so what standards it addresses, and then what sustainability development goal. So you can do very, very similar things for the lesson planning, the challenge maker. So let's explore the challenge maker and how we can use it to help create additional challenges or projects for the twin kits that we might have in our classroom. So let's say create a challenge using the STEM for Sustainability kit. With a focus on wind energy. And we want this to be for grade 5 and then generate. So again, we can use the generative AI and the prompt engineering to create lessons for our general science classes and general science and technology and computer science needs, as well as specific to the kits that you would have in your classroom. So here it would say, here's the introduction. I'm going to save this. So here's the introduction, what materials I need, and then the steps for the project. So introducing the topic of wind energy, discuss how wind turbines work to generate electricity, and then guide the students. The students would be building their own mini wind turbines using the STEM for Sustainability kit. So again, kind of going back to that prompt engineering. So the more information, the more context, the more specifics, the more examples we can give it, the more in-depth and robust what the generative AI provides. But each section under the content generator will have some prompts to help teachers get started with, here's a topic I want to start on, here's the grade range I want it to be applicable for, and then kind of start there and then continue to go back and refine those prompts to get as more in depth and as more details and resources that's needed. The other tool that Twin has built into the platform from the generative AI is more of an experience similar to like a chat GPT engine. So and this can create lessons, it can create a unit, it can create challenges, but can also create a lesson plan. So again, um, create a 10-day lesson plan using the Twin Science robotics and coding kit um, to teach uh, about wind and solar energy for 4th grade. So let's start here. And so using the generative AI tools that Twin has built in the prompt engineering, and using prompt engineering can create a 10-day lesson plan that takes the what's able to be done and taught using the coding and Twin Science coding and robotics kit, focusing on specific areas. So we talked about wind energy and solar energy, and creates a 10-day lesson plan using using those resources. So it'll have day 1 activities, day 2. Now, if we wanted to get more in depth, we would go in and include things, more specifics, like specific areas of wind or solar energies, or specific topics in those areas that we wanted them to cover. If there were different types of projects that we wanted to use, or different materials that we wanted to include that we have in our classroom that we want to combine with the twin kits, we would include all of that in our prompt. And that's going to give the more in-depth, the more robust answer out of that generative AI tool. So we could also just do a general prompt for a supplemental science activity. So let's say that we're teaching about pollination. So create a 3-day activity that includes a hands-on project to help students learn about the pollination process for 4th grade. So using the generative AI tools, it will give us the objectives, similar to the last one, how to set up the activities, what materials would be needed. So here, day 2 is the project, what materials would be needed, the project instructions, so creating a flower, observe and reflection. And so then we can export this, we can save this, we can export this out, save it to your library, and then you'll have it to be able to assign to the students. So again, if we have specific materials in the classroom that we wanted that were available, we would use that in our prompt. But this is the generative kind of AI assist that Twin has built into the platform to help with lesson planning, project planning, discussions, helping to manage. So we could also say, make this easier, make this harder. We can get into specifics about what areas of the pollination process that we're wanting the students to explore or teach. We could have it also include a quiz with this. So there's a lot of flexibility in what can be shared or prompt into the AI assist. And then lastly, I wanted to cover the PD resources that are available for teachers to learn more about AI and how to bring AI into the classroom in an impactful way. So just introducing first, we know that Twin is about sustainability and technology for good. So just teaching about, STEM in education and this from the sustainability perspective. Introducing different AI tools. So if teachers need to continue to develop familiarity, we know AI tools are being created and developed rapidly. So creating those tools and what tools are out there that can help benefit and create efficiencies and impact in the classroom. Getting more in depth into Twin's AI assists, so the prompts and how to best leverage and utilize that AI tool in the Twin platform, and then social impact and education. There's also additional courses down here that teachers can take. So the tips for prompts to boost the classroom engagement. So we can talk about we're learning about this topic and we need it to make it more engaging. And so actually typing those prompts into the generative AI tool to create those lessons. So again, thanks for joining us. Hope you found some of this information helpful. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks again.